So what happens after you win the championship? Because you said that as soon as they said your name, you started crying, right? Was it because you started thinking about like your mom and everything?
Yeah, it was everything at once. It was like, yo, all right, I know I ain't had no dreams. I ain't had no, my only dream was to be a rapper. Like at that point, I done lost everybody. Now my dream just happened. So now I got a million thoughts. Damn, I'm on Def Jam. I always wanted to be on Def Jam. I won. I got money. I don't know what to think. So they take us backstage. They give me the big fake check. So I got that. I'm walking on with that under my arm. They got like a gift bag, and the gift bag is from Def Jam, and it's all of the albums that came out from Def Jam that year. So I'm going through the albums. I'm like, damn, I got all of these albums. Now, as a hip hop head back then, it was something special to get an album because you opening it up, you looking at the notes, you looking at the shout outs. So now I got this fresh ass Adidas bag that nobody never got. And it's probably 30. It's like, I'm exaggerating. It might be 10 to 15 new Def Jam albums. I'm happy. So we leaving. The Def Jam bus is outside. My manager like, yo, you signed the Def Jam now. Let's go on that bus. So we go on the bus. They open the door and I see Redman. I see Method Man. I see Kid Capri. I couldn't even talk. Like, I just remember, like, I literally couldn't say nothing. They all dapping me up. Yo, welcome to the family. It was crazy. Kid Capri showed wild love. And again, it seemed like I was watching myself go through it. Like, it was like I couldn't say nothing. I was just watching. Like, I was kind of like a passenger.
Oh, you had an outer body experience, kind of.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like, I was literally felt like I was watching me not be able to say nothing. Only thing I could do was just shake hands and just say thank you.
You were smiling ear to ear, huh? That's
ear to ear, bro. That's all. Because again, coming from where I'm coming from at that time, there is no way to get here. And I was just making the band, and they just told me I wasn't going to get nowhere. All of this is going through my head at the same time.
Right. And Kid Capri was the one that actually DJ'd the battle, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, ironically, when you go to nowadays, when I made my resurgence, people like Kid Capri and Method Man didn't even know that RJ Payne was Rain Man right off the top.
Right. And we're going to get into that. But it's crazy because wasn't there, when they asked you what you were going to do with the money, you said you was going to buy a house or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Yo, young, immature, 2003. So young, immature, 23-year-old me was like, yo, I'm about to buy a house. I don't know what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy something. That was my only logical thought. I'm going to buy something.
I feel like that scene, you looked like at a loss for words. Like, it's just kind of like something just vomited out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't even mean to say that.
That's exactly. Because you know what I knew? I didn't want to say I'm going to buy a chain. I'm going to buy a watch. I said, no. Whatever I say, it's going to be something that everybody's going to be like, yeah, I would be thinking about that too.
Right. You didn't want it the stereotypical, like, oh, you a rapper, first thing you get some money, now you're going to get the chain, you're going to get the whip. Right, yeah, I got you. And at that time, Kevin Liles was the head of Def Jam, right?
Oh, yeah, Kevin Liles came and put the jacket on my back. I got the fresh Def Jam leather. Yeah. And he was like, welcome to the family.
Yo, that must have felt so good, because, you know, when you, as a fan, you seeing some of your favorite rappers rocking that, you was like, man, that shit is fresh as hell. Like, I want me one of them.
That was amazing. That was amazing, bro. And to go back. So, you know, I started wearing the jacket. Now I got the jacket on every day. Like, I'm Def Jammed out at that point. So every meeting that I got with Def Jam, I'm wearing a jacket. So they thought that whoever won the battle would just be a battle rapper, and all they would be able to do is just battle rap. But when they started hearing the music, shout out to Miss Tina Davis. She's who discovered Chris Brown and so many others. She was Kevin Liles' right hand, and she kind of was the go-between. Like if you can make it past her, now you can directly meet with Kev. And from my first meeting with her, she was like, yo, you a star. She's like, yo, you a star. She's like, yo, you just need the right record. And she just kept working with me. She was like, yo, keep coming back. Bring me more records. And it went from her saying, Kev is going to love this, to now it's me, her, and Kevin every meeting. And now it's going to, yo, we just going to sign him. And Kevin is like, yeah, all you need, this is what Kevin said directly. He said, yo, you have your Wankster. He said, if you were 50 Cent, you bought me your Wankster. He said, now give me In the Club. He said, when you give me In the Club, we're going to make you a star. And that's what I was shooting for. I was shooting for my in the club. It was lining up. You figure they had Method Man, they had Red Man, now they got Rain Man. Everything make perfect sense. So we go back to Def Jam one day. We about to play them the new records. We super excited. The whole building is cleaned out. It's a secretary in there, and she says, "Sweetheart, Kevin has been fired. There's no staff." She said, "It's just me and the cleaners. They're cleaning this building out." She said, "We're done. There's nobody here at Def Jam right now." She said, "All the artists," she said, "if you have business here, honor your contract. But basically, go sit down. We can't help you. There's nobody here. There's nobody running the label. We're not cutting no checks, and we're not cutting nobody out of their contracts. Whatever you have going on, let it legally take place, and God bless you." Just like that.
That's crazy. And this is still 2003, or is it 2004?
This is 2004 now. Yeah, this is about 2004.
Wow.
Yep. They like, yeah, Kevin got fired, and we don't know what to tell you.
What is your reaction, your immediate reaction when she says that to you?
Cold. Because at that point, I'm used to disappointment. So I was like, all right, well, I had already developed a relationship with an interesting guy in the industry by the name of Jimmy Henchman. I didn't know who he was at that time, but I ended up doing.
Wait! Before we go there, though, so you get the news that he's fired, and
yeah,
how does that situation work out? Do they end up releasing you from the contract immediately, or
no? I had to just wait out my time. Like whatever the MTV contract was, I don't remember it now, but it was pretty much like I couldn't. Once you won on MTV, you couldn't go win on BET. So I had to wait out a time period for the MTV shit. Then I had to wait out a time period for the Def Jam contract. And then I had to wait out a time period for them just in case. Because, when you sign a contract, they also have a window to extend the contract. So I had to wait for all of those things to go away.
That's
like
crazy,
I said,
man.
Luckily for me, I was already in business with the guy Jimmy Henchman, and luckily when they said that Kevin Liles was fired, my first thought was, I'm signed to a millionaire, so all right, I'm gonna be signed to Jimmy now. I'll work it out.
So when did you get the money, the $25,000 though?
They didn't give me that money till almost a year later, bro. I got that money 6 months to 7 months after I won the battle, so I had to walk around after the battle for 6 to 7 months, dead broke. Signed.
Well, you got your
now
Def
I'm
Jam
super
jacket,
famous. Yep, I'm signed to Def Jam on paper. Now I'm a star because everybody just seen the battle. Everybody knows my face, especially at home. I can't get a job. So now I've got to just wait 6 months. And now they're playing the game. The MTV saying that they're responsible for half of the check. They're only going to cut their half of the check when Def Jam cut their half of the check. Def Jam is like, yeah, by the way, we're only cutting the check when MTV cut a check. So they played that game until they had to just cut the check. And that was, like I said, 6 to 7 months later.
So then you get the $25,000, and how long does it last you?
It lasts me pretty long, actually, because I'm not a flashy dude. The only thing I did was pay my rent off for like mad long, paid my bills, bought some bullshit, of course. But for the most part, I spent the majority of that money traveling back and forth to New York doing more business. So I say within 2 years, within a year and a half, that shit was gone.
Damn, it lasted that long? That's crazy. Well, I definitely. Guess this is back in the day too, because
this is back in the day.
It's not
right. You got to keep in mind, I'm not doing nothing but hood level things. I'm paying the rent, and I'm going to buy some clothes and some food. The end.
And you had to pay taxes on it too, though, right? So you really ended up with like a little...
Yeah, but that was later. That was later. That was young dumb me. Of course, I didn't pay taxes on it right away. Of course not. Of course, I spent all of that money. Well, hold on. I broke my manager off five bands because my manager was my manager. He was the reason that I was there. So yeah, I kept all of that bread and I spent all of that money on studio time and just living.
Right.